Good morning, y'all. Brian this morning. First morning back in Illinois. Y'all, first afternoon, got in here. Hunted a little draw out in the middle of a cornfield. Saw quite a few deer. But we think the deer are feeding in the cornfield at night, so we can't get back in that stand without blowing them out of the field. What I did, I came and got in this an old shooting house. It ain't been hunting in years, but I told Scott, I said, man, we need to, if I could get there, I might catch a deer leaving the field. This stand, well, I'm not even 75 yards off the road, so we're gonna hang out here. I got me a little heater, I can stay a while. If we don't see anything for a couple of hours, gonna ease out there and look for a place to set up a stand for the afternoon hunt to catch a deer coming back in the corn. They're definitely gonna be feeding today, so we're just hoping we beat them in here. Y'all, stayed in that little shack till about 8 o'clock. Just didn't really have a good feeling about the deer still being out in this field. I just got out. I'll see y'all right there in that little shack. Yesterday, I was down here in these hardwoods here, and the deer came out right across here. I think what they're doing is coming through this scope of woods right here from across the road. It's a lot of timber. They're crossing here, following that swag up in there, eating here on top of the hills where I could see all the does. So they either came through that scope of woods or through here. I had thought about getting out here on this point, but I'm afraid if I get on that point, if they move late, it takes them forever to get out there to it. They gotta be better off down here in that scope of woods and catch them earlier. I mean, it could take them an hour to get from there to out here, so they're just feeding along. So I think what I'm going to do is go down there and take a look and see those right by the road. But it doesn't really matter. There's not much traffic. Deer don't pay attention. They just stand there and wait till the car goes by. I'm going to look for me a tree down in here. I'll show y'all in a minute. We'll go down there. And then I can run in here right from the road, set it up, everything, not disturb anything, and get back out. Let Maggie out, man. It's cold. It was 3 degrees this morning. I got in the stand. Luckily the wind's not too bad. It's kind of shifted out of the west. Still wind chill below zero, so I'm gonna go get Maggie out, let her eat a little bit and go warm up, and maybe think about this stand set up a little bit more, and then decide what time we're gonna get back in here this afternoon. Maybe ride around and look at a couple other farms during the middle of the day. Alright, y'all, this is that little scope of woods I was talking about putting a stand in. I was up there on the hill a while ago. Then yesterday I was over the hill on this side and the deer came up. Looks like they followed this draw and got up on the hill there. Instead of getting out on that point and waiting for them, you see a real good trail right here where they're crossing this fence. Deep, thick draw over here, creek over here. I believe they're probably where they're bedding it coming from. All the deer I saw came from this side of the road, so I'm thinking about looking for a tree. I believe the deer went on this trail back here because it's a really beat down trail right there. You see where it crosses the road right there too. Alright, I'm gonna take a look and we may just bust in here right quick and hang a stand. I think I'm crazy. Just stand, I'm on 75 yards off the road, but there's a heavy trail running, crosses the road right up there and runs right against that bank, right on up to the field where I saw those deer go yesterday. Wind's supposed to be out of the west this afternoon, just slightly. This is where we talked about hunting low and the advantages of it. The deer's over here below me, or the same level as me. If I get any higher than this, I'm gonna be up in the skyline. But if I can get over there, if I were to look back from where the deer was looking from, I should be able to see them and hear them as they cross the road. So I could be ready. I'm gonna have to be real still. If they look across here, I've got this big tree over here behind me, plus I got the ground back there. I'm not above ground level on that hill. And when they come in from over there where my truck is, they'll be looking at me through all this junk right here. A lot of cover, so we're gonna give it a shot. Do my best to dress warm and sit real still. I have a feeling when a deer come across that road and get into this little hardwood, they kind of relax a little bit, then they make their way up to the field. We catch them while they're still shooting. Like they came in there late yesterday. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that stand ain't but about 4 feet off the ground, but we're gonna give it a shot. Alright, y'all, we got in the new setup. Y'all don't think I'm crazy, but I am but about 75 yards, not even that far, 50 yards off the road. I think most of the deer I saw yesterday filtered right through this little funnel. It's the only little patch of woods, except for the finger I was in yesterday. This is the only patch of woods where all those deer could have come through. Really heavy trail crossing the road. He comes in here about 15 yards from me, so I'm gonna have to be still. I'm gonna have to keep my bow in my hand. And I need to see them before they cross the road. If I can see them before they cross the road, I can get the camera on them and be ready to draw and shoot. And I may have to draw real early. I'm gonna have to stay sitting down. So, if everything goes right, get a shot, we video it. That's great. But today is shoot first, film second. We can always film him when we go get him if we get one. So it's about 2 o'clock, so we got about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Yesterday the deer popped up on top of this field up here about 4 o'clock. So if they came from here, they should filter through here earlier than what I saw. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Wind kind of shifted. It's not great. It's kind of almost at my back. But I'm almost going to need to get a shot before they cross in front of me anyway. So it's going to have to be everything's going to have to be just right, but that's what it takes. Sun really came out, the sky cleared up, high pressure. It's the kind of day you kind of hope for. It's cold, crisp, clear. Deer need to be. It was really cold last night. It got down to about 3 degrees. I think it was 3 when I got in that little blind this morning. I never did show y'all that little old shack I was in. I'll stick a picture in there for y'all to see it. Just nobody's hunted it in years, but it's the only place I can hunt in the morning without blowing deer out of this field. Got about an hour and 45 minutes left. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen soon. I'm trying to keep myself facing in the right direction, so I gotta see the deer early. If I got any chance of them, I can't let them get on top of me. Maybe we can see one coming. Maybe they come down the right trail, we can get a shot.